They say comparison is the thief of joy, but we're going to do it anyway. Why not? Hey, that's our job. Through 3 games, we've seen some highs and a lot of lows from Kentucky football quarterback Brock Vandagriff and his offense. So I thought, let's take a look at how Brock's done in the first 3 games compared to the past 2 UK quarterbacks in that same time span. All right, so we're going to go and pop up how Brock looks right now. So through 3 games here, 52% of the passes completed, pretty decent average, you might say, just above half. But this is what I want to key in on here. 104 yards per game on average, not very good. That means the ball is not moving very well for the offense. The offensive line holding up a little bit better than I thought with 2.3 sacks per game. And he's only tossed 1 touchdown per game as well. So that kind of goes hand in hand for me with that right there. Interception number pretty low, just 2. So let's go back one more season and look at Will Levis right now, shall we? Now, when we go and look at Will Levis just here in one moment, we're going to see that he's done a little bit better. Here we go. Now, that is kind of the same, on par with what Brock has. But look at this yards per game here, 285. Pretty good, pretty decent, a very healthy offense. Offensive line doing well as well. And then we have touchdowns per game. That's a 2.6. Pretty good there. Obviously, he did toss a few interceptions more than Brock has at this point as well. Now, we're going to finish with Will Levis. If you can remember all the way back to 2022, there we go. Will's stats are up. Look at that. A whopping 67% of his passes were completed. And a really good offense here, healthy offense, moving the ball, 294 yards per game on average, almost 300. And yes, sacks per game, the offensive line wasn't giving him much protection, but he tossed 2 touchdowns per game. And yeah, 4 interceptions, that's okay. But look, we know where he plays now. It's in the NFL. It's pretty good. So now, obviously, we have Brock. He has a makeshift running back room. Last year with Leary, you had definitely a really good running back in Ray Davis. And then with Will here in this last season, the rushing game was decent as well. The bottom line of this, if we look at these stats, is that if Kentucky wants to win more football games with this makeshift running back room they have, with Chip Trainum out for an extended period of time, Demisu Karangbe having most of the load here, this team, these receivers and Brock, they're going to have to make sure they can make up for that banged-up running back room because, look, we see the stats here. We're looking at Will Levis, the gold standard the past couple years. Definitely was able to move that ball with a running game that wasn't that good. That's what Brock Vandagriff pretty much has to aspire to be with kind of this average as well with 2 touchdowns per game. So we'll have to see how they do. Ohio coming to Kroger Field at 12:45 this Saturday. It is a non-conference opponent, but the MAC always produces some pretty good teams, and Kentucky goes up against them pretty frequently. That's your look at sports. We'll see you with more at 5 and 6. Until then, more show right after this. I'm Forrest Tucker.